poor. Different communities have different levels of different practices. So I don't know what your practice is, but they may have 80% attendance, and another one down the road might have 30%.
Yeah.
And we're trying to find out why that is, and what sorts of things stop women going, what sorts of things get in the way, what they're worried about, what their concerns are. But also just to flip that round and talk to people like you who's really positive about it, and what makes it easy for them to go, what drives people to go, and what sort of hooks there are there for them to go. So we're doing that. We've done, let me just think off the top of my head, I think we're doing 300 face-to-face surveys. We're doing over 60 to 100 of these telephone interviews. We've done some focus groups. So there's one going on in central Manchester right now. I was at one this morning with women with learning disabilities, although I wasn't part of the group. I was just on the outside of that. So we're talking to every possible type of woman that you can think of that's in the screening age range. So, and what we'll do with that is we produce a report. And we have to report that back to them at the end of February, and that will say, this is what we've learned, this is what the insight is telling us, and this is what we would recommend as some of the key things to take away. We've done several studies like this, and the last one in Greater Manchester was around bowel screening. So you won't get to know about that till you're 60. So you can put that aside for now. But we did around bowel screening because, again, similarly, there's a poor uptake of that. And we found out things like, who delivers the message, where and when it's delivered, what it looks like, what it feels like. And that's resulted in some TV adverts, some radio adverts, leaflets and posters, the way the letters are written, and how GPs approach it with people as well. So talking to GPs, because, it sounds like you've got a fabulous set of nurses at your practice. Other people might not, so how they approach it. So that's really important.
One thing I will say is that the letter, so I had to read I wanted to just book it and get it done with. I think it'd be better if they kind of just, on the front of the leaflet, it said kind of book with your GP now, instead of me having to, because I thought, maybe it's an external company that does the cervical screening, or I wasn't 100% sure, and I had to read through everything before I actually saw that it was my GP.
Okay, that's interesting.
So maybe just to kind of to hook the person immediately, because I know people my age, we want the information straight away in our hands to see it. So if it was on there, that would have made it, I think that would help as well.
So I know my official questioning's ended. So if you were designing the letter or a leaflet or something, you'd be more direct. Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
just with how to kind of go about getting the cervical screening, I'd be a lot more direct.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, that's brilliant. So if you'd like to see a summary of what we find, I'm more than happy to send that out to you.
Okay.
Is that something you'd like to see?
Yeah, that'd be great if you can.
So do you have an email address for this?
Yeah, it's A Stewart. So it's
S-T-E?
WART 93 at hotmail.co.uk. It's just the letter A.
Yeah, so it's no dot, A Stewart.
No. Yeah.
Okay, great. So a couple of things that you mentioned in the interview.